Hey, good morning. Let me see. How's everybody doing? I wanted to go live with you this morning. Come on in so we can sit down and have a talk. I wanted to go out walking today, but it is raining. Yes, it's raining here in wonderful Philadelphia. So, how is everyone? Come on in, come on in. We're going to have coffee and conversations. I'm going to see if I can get another title for my channel. Come on in. What's going on? How's everyone doing? I got up a little early today. So I got some things done. I already had my breakfast. I'm drinking my tea. Tea. Oh, I'm drinking my coffee for clarity. I guess I should have put a time when I would be going live. We'll see what happens. I'll give you another 5-10 minutes. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Welcome in. Hope all is well with you today. You good? Good. Do you have anything planned today, Ashley? I was going to go walking today. I've been going out walking every day, but it is raining right now. So I might have to find a time. I think the rain is supposed to stop later this afternoon. I might be able to sneak a walk in then. But how's everything going? What do you have planned for today, Ashley? Oh, you gonna go to the basketball for March Madness? That's nice. Which team are you rooting for? May I ask? Like, do you support a certain team, or you just going for the March Madness? You don't know who's playing? Okay, all right. Well, it's still nice to attend. All the electricity and the excitement in the stadium. Yeah, I like sports. Yeah, my sons used to play. All three of them used to play football when they were younger. And my youngest son, um, he thought he was a basketball player at one time, to the point he really injured himself really badly. His kneecap gave out on him when he went up, when he came down from a layup, and he ended up on crutches. Good 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, I think it was. It was pretty bad, and the bad part is he he's he was in his 20s when it happened. So he you know, he wasn't a young kid. Oh, wow. Oh, you're on spring break? Okay. Are you attending college? No? Okay. Are you in grade school, Ashley? Or, because you know my channel is geared for 18 and older. That's why I'm asking. sometimes we have adult conversations on here. I just, have to make that clear. Did you hit the like button when you came in? Let me see. I wanted to discuss some things going on. Okay. I just want to warn you, this channel is really geared for 18 plus, okay? I'm on here looking at this internet, and I want to say, let me check. I want to check this before I say anything. There was a lawsuit a couple years ago. Let me see. Let's see. Cardi B. And Tasha K. Between Cardi B and Tasha K. And Tasha K is a well-known YouTube channel. And I have listened to Tasha K from time to time. I haven't been on her platform lately. But I do know that she and Cardi B had a lawsuit between them because Tasha K is a YouTube channel, and she, reports things that I guess come across her desk, concerning a lot of the artists and stuff in the entertainment world. And between the years of 2018 and 2019, she posted some videos making allegations against Cardi B. And what has happened, the claims, a lot of the claims she made were not good ones at all. And I know they had a suit. Cardi B filed a defamation lawsuit against Tasha K concerning this. And before I go any further, I am going to make this disclaimer that I am using Section 107 of the Copyright Law of 1976 about any statements that could be considered false. This is all alleged, even though there was a definite lawsuit. I do know that for a fact. But whatever is stated on here, this is just my opinion, and I am just giving the information that I have read concerning the concerning what's going on with this case. So, like I said, there was a lawsuit in 2019. Cardi B filed it against Tasha K in the federal court in Georgia. And in 2022, there was a court decision, and the jury actually ruled in favor of Cardi B and found that Tasha K had made false and defamatory statements against Cardi B. And the court ordered Tasha K to pay $40 million in damages to Cardi B. And they were to cover her defamation damages that she did. Some of the another damage that was stated in the case was emotional distress, punitive damages, and her legal fees. So after the verdict came in, Tasha K said she was going to appeal it. But in 2023, Tasha K filed for bankruptcy. And but the courts allowed Cardi B to still pursue Tasha K despite the bankruptcy filings. So, from what I understand now, it seems that Tasha K is trying to get her supporters to help her with the finances to pay off this judgment of $4 million. So now, considering that the judgment was against Tasha K, and I know she, like I said, she is a big YouTuber. She is, one of the top on this YouTube platform. Do you think it is appropriate or right for her to ask her supporters to help her pay this judgment to Cardi B? They said she actually launched a GoFundMe page to help raise the money. Right now, they're saying she's paying $20,000 a month to, help, like I guess on a payment plan to the courts to pay off this judgment. So, I know people do GoFundMes for all types of reasons. And this is just my perspective. Sometimes I think people push the GoFundMes past the limit. I don't know when they first started out with GoFundMe's years ago, it was in the case of a crisis, where God forbid something tragic happened to a family and they needed help to get through that tragedy, whether it be um, loss of fire, loss of their housing due to fire or something, or flooding, or even, you know, God forbid somebody, is unalived and they need funds to deal with funeral costs, to help bury that loved one or whatever. Or I've seen GoFundMe set up in a case of an illness. If a person, um, God forbid, has cancer or something like that, or some illness that is really stressful on a financial situation in a family. I can understand GoFundMe's for that. But as far as paying a judgment, um, and I'm not poo-pooing the amount. That is a lot of money. 4 mil is quite a bit. But considering this case has started in 2018, well, the actual case was filed in 2022, I believe. So 2022 to now, it's been 4 years. This is 2026. And now, Tasha, she filed bankruptcy, okay, to try to get around that judgment. Um, but I think with bankruptcy, and I must admit, I have filed bankruptcy once myself, but they have different types of bankruptcies. I filed probably the lowest level, which was, I think it's a bankruptcy 7. But um hi, I think is it Lila? Hi Lila, I'm in the United States. What country are you from? Nice to see you here. And hello, I think it's Don. Nice to see you. As you come in, please hit the like button. Thank you. But getting back to this situation, would you consider this a crisis? Um, I know if I was sued for 4 mil, I personally, I am not in the salary category as Miss Tasha K. But if I was sued that type of money, I think I would consider it a crisis too. But considering that she was on a payment plan, she was paying $20,000 a month, and consider her income level, it could, I'm quite sure it puts a dent in her pocketbook. But some of these content creators make quite a bit of money. Like Lila, I prefer not to speak on that right now. I am not, this platform today, we're not talking about politics. But, you know, thank you for coming on my channel. And I hope this is something that you would be interested in as I'm talking today. Um, so, like I said, she was making $20,000 payments towards her debt. But, since she started this fundraiser, according to this is Chat GPT, She has only gotten $8,000 to $10,000 so far, from the chat GPT. So that is the latest with Miss Tasha K. I'm trying to think another story. Um, see, I found a video on this.
Shirts, wine glasses, mentorship classes. My thing is, she's saying that she's doing all this to reach our goal, y'all. Our goal. I'm not included in this. This is not our goal. She was the one with the fucking line. She's doing this to reach her goal. What blew the fuck out of me was that she said she's gonna be putting in $20,000 of her own money to make it go faster.
Okay.
Collect the millions she owes her. So you guys know that it recently came out that Cardi B wants to sit down with Tasha K, and for Tasha K to basically come with her bank records to see what's going on with Cardi B, getting her money that Cardi B owes her. Now, if you remember, Cardi B actually sued Tasha K for defamation and ended up winning a massive judgment of around $4 million. But later on, Tasha K did file for bankruptcy, and they settled for like $1.2 million. Play with me and play God. Watch me use God to clear this up. And then when I do, guess what? My freedom of speech is restored. No NDA, no nothing. Then what's up? What's up? What's up? Ain't no change. Ain't no change. I asked God this weekend, break the chains. It's been 9 years. Break the chain. As you guys can see, Tasha K is crashing out. She's speaking on her freedom of speech because she can't say anything about Cardi B. So anyways, this is where things get even messier. Tasha K has made a GoFundMe trying to raise about $3 million to help cover the judgment, but so far it's only brought in around $9,000. So on Tasha K's GoFundMe, she's basically saying that she's court ordered to pay $20,000 a month from her own money, and she's going to pay that money regardless of how much money she raises on a GoFundMe. So like I said earlier, the reason why Tasha K is having to make a GoFundMe to pay for this is because it seems like Cardi B wants her money. Cardi B basically wants Tasha K to come sit down with her in person so Cardi B and her lawyers can look at Tasha K's bank statements and money that she has coming in so Cardi B can get her money. So basically in Tasha K's GoFundMe, she's still saying that, she owes $3.5 million and she doesn't have $3.5 million sitting around, and she wants the help of her community to, help accelerate paying off this payment so she can finally move forward and focus on creating and reporting and entertaining without constant interruption. And I'm guessing that constant interruption is Cardi B. Like I said, she cannot speak on Cardi B, but she still speaks on Cardi B in some kind of ways, like little ways that she'll speak on Stephon Diggs and what's going around Cardi B, but not Cardi B per se. And Cardi B wants her money. I feel like Tasha K put herself in this pickle because Cardi B first just sent her a cease and desist, like, hey, take the videos down. What you're saying isn't true, because you guys know Tasha K was making some claims about Cardi B, and Cardi B told her to take the videos down. Tasha K did not want to take the videos down. Cardi B decided to sue her. Cardi B won, and now Tasha K owes her like $3.5 million when all she had to do was take down the videos.
Yeah, so, like Tasha stated in this video, and this is another creator, All Access Media, that made this video concerning this matter. And I just feel for all parties involved because I don't know. I just think it could have been handled a little bit better. Um, you have to really be careful what you state on these platforms. And I know there's a lot of things I have to be careful of. I'm just starting. There was I made a couple shorts, okay, because I'm in this March Madness challenge for the month of March, and we're doing a live session, an hour live session daily, and we're putting out 5 to 10 shorts daily. A couple of the shorts that I put out on my own platform was actually rejected by YouTube. And it was rejected, it was nothing, major or anything, but it was something that did not go in their guidelines, okay? And I had to correct it. And hopefully, when you make those type of mistakes, whatever they are, whatever in life that it is, once you make that mistake, you learn how to do it properly. And once you learn how to do it properly, hopefully you won't make that mistake again. That's in life in general. Um, so I I had heard about this situation with Tasha K and Miss Cardi B. Um, it's been years. I hate to say it, I thought it was resolved. But then when I went on I've been on the internet and I find out that it isn't resolved. Hi, Jalen. How are you? Nice of you to come in. I hope you hit the like button on your way in. Yeah, so that was just one situation that I came across on the internet. And I just hope they find some way to resolve it. It's really sad, you know, to see that this is what's going on. Let me see. Anyway, so and by me having to take, like I said, to take care of this video, you know, I I ended up redoing the video because, like I said, it was rejected by YouTube. I had to redo it or edit it and delete the first one and upload the new one. So, yeah, you just have to follow the guidelines, whatever they are. And it sometimes, I hate to say it, I had a couple videos on another platform where um and they were shorts. Like I said, I'm not, and at this point in my YouTube journey, like I said, it's nothing really major. But yeah, I had to take you have to take care of those. You really do. So, yeah, so that was one story. Also, another thing that's so disturbing is the situation. You know what? I am just so over it. It's like they got rid of some of the guidelines and requirements for the FDA. And it seems like every day they're coming out with something new. So now we're having problems in our cereals. You have to be careful of the cereals and the foods you eat and buy now. It's just crazy. This is another video I just came across. This is
worth making. And if you find this helpful and you want to stay updated on what's actually safe for your family, please hit that subscribe button and join the curated conversation. Be sure to always share these videos out. It really helps us keep these informative videos going. Okay, so let's get into it. You might have seen or heard some headlines floating around, or maybe some rumors about cereal feces, okay? It sounds like clickbait, but unfortunately, this time, the rumors are tied to a very real, very massive Class 2 recall. It was just upgraded by the FDA. The company at the center of this is called Gold Star Distribution. They're based out of Minneapolis. Now, here is the important distinction. This isn't a problem with the way your favorite cereal was made. General Mills and Kellogg's, they didn't change their recipes, okay? The problem happened at the warehouse level. When the FDA inspected the Gold Star facility, they found what they officially called insanitary conditions. But let's be real. The details are stomach turning, okay? I mean, we're talking about widespread rodent excreta.
That is a problem. That right there is a problem. I cannot tell you, when it comes to the factories that package and a lot of times our foods and stuff, the restaurants that are cooking and handling your foods. I used to work for public health. That was my profession. I cannot even tell you how disgusting some of these restaurants are, some of these food packaging areas are, some of your supermarkets. You see what's out in the front of the store, but when you go behind the scenes in those supermarkets, you don't want to know. You do not want to know what is happening to your foods. And that's after they come from the manufacturers. So if that's happening at the supermarket level, where the foods are supposed to be packaged and ready to put on the shelf, just imagine in the factories where the foods are exposed. You know, they're on conveyor belts. Okay. They're on conveyor belts. And if they don't keep those areas clean and inspected for, if they have a rodent problem, take care of it. Believe it or not, a lot of the foods that we eat are allowed a certain percentage of rodent droppings. Okay? They're allowed a certain percentage. And we go to these restaurants, you pay all this money. You don't know who's cooking behind the scenes. There was I worked, like I said, I worked in public health, and I also used to work in microbiology. And so it's a lot of things, a lot of people used to always tease me and say, You are so skeptical. And I am. I am. If I go into a supermarket and I smell your meat department at the front door, I don't want to shop in there. Okay? That's the first clue for me in the supermarkets. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Nice of you to come in. And some of these fast food restaurants are the worst. For one thing, and I know they hire teenagers, and I know teenagers want to make money too. Trust me, I raised three teenagers, and two of my sons used to work for fast food. But, and my sisters, I have younger sisters who worked um, in the fast food restaurants, different ones. There was one fast food restaurant, and I won't say the name because they're still around. They, a couple of my sisters worked there, and even some of my cousins worked there. They had a milkshake machine. The milkshake machine was down all the time. Hi, Ined. How are you? Welcome in. And the milkshake machine was down all the time. And do you know why? They always had to, say that the milkshake machine was broken because it was disgusting. It was horrible. Like, it was like some type of disgusting sludge that was in there. And see, all the teenagers or whatever do, I think back then, I don't know how they're making them now. They would take this pre-made mixture, that's pre-made and load it into the machine. Well, if the machine isn't cleaned properly, they probably needed an adult or somebody to take it apart so that all those nozzles and stuff could get cleaned properly. Because if not, they're going to be loaded with bacteria, fungus, okay, whatever that's disgusting that grows in these machines. You don't want to drink nothing that comes out of a machine like that. So they would tell the customers that the machine was broken. You know, I worked, like I said, I worked in public health. There was a restaurant across the street from my office. Okay, I ate there once. Okay, the day we went to eat lunch there, and I didn't eat that much, thank God. When we were leaving out, we met another person who worked in the office with us that told us that this particular restaurant had just opened back up after being shut down for a month. They were shut down because they didn't pass their inspections. Okay? And nobody advertises it. Nobody tells you. Not in the city that I live in anyway. I know in New York they have like a letter categories on their restaurants. They might have A, B, C. I don't know if they go as far as D, but I've seen A, B, and C. Sometimes they have pending um, codes on the restaurant. If you see pending, that means they didn't pass their inspection or they were being re-inspected and they were trying to pass their inspection. The city that I live in, they'll shut the restaurant down. They have to correct the problem and then they'll allow them to reopen. But this situation with our foods being contaminated and stuff, it is really, really getting bad. And because, like I said, at the level of the U.S. government, they've gotten rid of a lot of the FDA employees who was in charge of making sure that these inspections go properly, they really, number one, don't have the manpower to go out and do the work that they were doing, before they laid these people off or had them lose their jobs. It is the worst. It really is, Inette. It's horrible. It is horrible. And so now, like I don't know if you were here earlier. I had played a clip where um, the cereals now at this Gold Star warehouse are becoming contaminated because they're not. Yes, they should have purchased a new machine at that. Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The restaurant eventually it shut down. Period. It was a fast food restaurant. It's now a CVS that's there. Thank you for that comment. Um, but the FDA needs to up. They really need to up their guidelines or their requirements. They're not doing that. They're making them more lenient. And it's not helping us as a consumer. I have grandchildren and I have children. I don't want them eating some cereal that's contaminated. I don't want to eat cereal that's contaminated. I don't eat cereal that often, but when I do, I want to know it's properly packaged and manufactured. I mean, that is really disgusting. Hi, Sierra. How are you? When everyone come in, can you please hit the like button? I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, could you please find in your heart to subscribe? It's free. There's no cost for it. And I'm trying to increase my subscriber count. I'm in a March Madness. It's called the March Madness competition or challenge. And I'm trying to increase my subscriber count for the month of March. I'm trying to reach 1,000 if possible. And I want to thank all who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I really do. And with the likes, it gets me out into the YouTube stream more so that more people can, hear the content that I'm putting out. And I hope everyone's enjoying what I'm talking about. I mean, I can only give you my real life expertise. I've been around for quite a few years, and I just like to spread whatever knowledge that I have to anyone who is willing to accept it. So I'd like to really thank everyone that's in here. But yeah, it's a lot of things going on with our foods today, and it's really scary. It really is. Yes, I do have grandchildren. Yes, I do. Thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, like I said, working in public health, it's a scary situation. Not only with our foods, you'd be surprised. I mean, I could tell you about, we used to do pool testing. I'm talking about pools for the hotels, pools for the rec centers. Those were basically the pools that were sent to us to be tested each and every summer. We start testing, when they decide to open the pools up. Some of those pools do not pass inspection. And I hate to say it, Just say your prayers when you go in these pools. Do not have any open sores that you know of when you go into these pools, because, baby, some of the stuff that comes out of those cultures, because we culture the pool waters and stuff to test them, it is not pretty. It's not pretty. I'll put it to you this way: it's comparable to a baby diaper. You going to your auntie's hospital? Okay, Sierra. All right. So, yeah. So, those are the couple of the stories that I thought were really, really interesting today. I looked online to see if I could um, see any other earth shattering news. Only thing else that I did come across is that just pray for our country, because there's a lot of things going on. Gas prices are about to go through the roof, allegedly. I know they have crept up at the pumps here where I live. I don't know about where you're living, but from what I understand, they're going to release some more of the reserves that we have here in the United States. So hopefully that will alleviate some of the prices or the costs at the pumps. Um, but yeah, and pray for our young men and women that are in the armed services. I know I personally have family members that are in the armed services, so pray for them. Whatever happens with this whole conflict/war situation, I just pray that everyone comes back safely without any harm, hurt or harm. And that's all we can do at this point. Yes, Inette, it is too much. It really is. It really is. But, we just have to keep our country in prayer. And, unfortunately, like I said, it will eventually, it's going to hit our pockets, on this side of the water. So that's why the gas prices are going up. But I really hope you're enjoying the content that I'm doing here on my channel. I enjoy coming on and talking about different things, different current events and stuff. And I think I covered just about all, the stories that I wanted to cover today. Like I said, with this Tasha K situation, I hope that she gets her funds together, because it doesn't look like the courts are going to allow her not to finish paying off Cardi B. And like I said, with these factories, that are packaging our foods, I hope that gets better too. Yeah. So, has anyone decided what they're going to fix for dinner tonight? Oh, I hear that, Stead. You're absolutely right. Everything that you think that you could see in the world, that's like you said, is presented to you, is actually, is not always what it is. Like what you think it is, it really isn't what it is. And you're absolutely right. That's why you have to move with caution. You really do. You really have to move with caution. Um, I don't know if you've seen, I had done a video, I want to say a month or two ago. Consider these scammers out here. They get your phone number and they keep sending these phone calls out. They keep sending out these phone calls. I don't answer them. I let them go to voicemail. Then I get on the voicemail and they tell you, oh, you won this sweepstakes, or we have a check for you here. Millions of dollars. I, why? I didn't apply for a sweepstakes. How did you get my name and number? You know, I'm constantly getting these calls, and it is so annoying. I know they're scammers because you can tell from the numbers. And if you're not in my contact list, I'm not going to answer you directly. I'll let you, go to voicemail. If you're legit, you'll leave a message. If it's someone that I know and it's a number that I don't know, if you need me, you'll leave a message. But this scamming situation is unreal. It's like it never stops. It's you know, and you get that one phone call from that same number, and then they constantly keep calling, calling, calling. They might even call the same number, or they call on a different number. It's like, come on now, let's be for real here. If I didn't answer you the first time, why are you going to keep calling me? So I wish when they call like that, I could send a message back that says, look, take me off of your mailing list or calling list. It's disgusting. So you got to be so careful on how you move in this world. You got to be so careful of who you're around. Everyone is out to get something for nothing. And my thing, if you take that initiative to do something evil and to try to take someone else's stuff that they have worked for, take that same initiative and get a job. Make your own funds. Instead of trying to steal people's information, try to get whatever funds or bank accounts that they have and try to claim their stuff for yours. That's not right. I just don't understand people. I really don't. You work hard and they're trying to take everything that you have worked so hard for. Go out and get your own. Like that old song was that Billie Holiday? God bless the child that has his own. God bless the child that has his own. Come on now. Go get your own. Don't come for me. Don't try to take mine. Get your own. Well, it was good talking to everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, please become a member of the channel. Hit the subscribe button. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime. I would appreciate everyone becoming a subscriber. Um, Hit the like button. It pushes me out into the algorithm. And when you do subscribe, please hit the all button. And that way, when I go live, you'll know when I go live. And so therefore, it'll give you a notification that, hey, SRC Mother 3 is on. So if you're interested in this content, like I said, please hit the subscribe button. And if you're catching me on the replay, go to the comment section and type replay in there for me. I really would appreciate it. And have a great day. Like I said, I am going to go on with my day. Hopefully the rain will stop and I'll be able to go out walking and get my little steps in. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.